Okay, what's up? Dan, the bodybuilder from Thailand. Sup Scott, and JPN. Here just did full body workout. And I started out doing the cable row. But I do the cable row where I come forward all the way and I stay leaning forward. And I just retract my scapula out and I pull the whole thing all back like that. And I do all my rep cadence so explosively. I do my reps like Dorian Yates. So I'm like slowly letting it out, stretching. And then I hold it. Exactly, Scott. And then I hold it there for a split second. More than a split second, a firm second. Isometric, fully stretched, and then boom, as hard as I can, as fast as I can, explosively. I don't know what an HTG trial shit is. So that's the rep cadence I do. And today I did that, then I did bench press. Then I did chest supported barbell row with an easy bar. And then I did dumbbell bench press. And then I did bicep curl and I did pull up. And I did each one of those exercises for one set. One set to extreme failure where I can't move. Doing rep cadences like that, so I'm fucking torturing. Yeah, man, I've never heard of HCG under the tongue. You wanna hear something funny though? Is that HCG comes from rat's urine. Rats produce HCG that's close enough to the kind that humans produce, that they actually get a lot of rat's piss. And they filter the HCG from the pregnant rat's piss. And they make it into the lyophilized powder. And then you put water back into it after they purify the HCG from the rat's piss, the pregnant rat's piss. And then you inject the HCG that's been purified from the pregnant rat's piss into your body. That's what HCG is, that's where it comes from. I bet I don't care what would that have to do with anything. Roids is the shit. Roids, me and Seth have a relationship based on mutual respect, trust, loyalty, helping each other have better family lives. That's what our relationship is based off of. And we'll be working together quite a bit in the future. You guys are going to see a lot of new projects taking place between me and Seth. Seth, he was also like Jason Blaha. When I was gonna fucking die in Colombia, Jason Blaha and Seth from Roids both were like some of the only people on the internet who didn't go fucking just make themselves look like pieces of shit. And they actually stood up for someone who was fucking dying in a hospital bed. Unlike a fucking hate themselves, hate their lives, people who would wish that on someone. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, so there's some kind of people that I don't like. So I'm a defender. I'm a defender of the weak. And so when I see people that pick on people that are weak or in weak situations, that's the kind of thing that incites me, okay? So, little insight into my psyche, okay? That incites me. What did you guys think about from Ultimate Guide to Roids, the book? What did you think about that part where it tells about human growth hormone, the way it's manufactured by E. coli bacteria with virus-modified DNA, and the fucking E. coli bacteria that have their DNA altered by viruses that are genetically engineered, when the freaking E. coli bacteria produce the human growth hormone and spit it out. And then that's what gets put into that's what you inject, is virus genetically modified E. coli produced human growth hormone. That's what pharmaceutical grade growth hormone is. So that was a revelation from Ultimate Guide to Roids. Janoy, just go ahead and ask me, dude. I definitely do include a lot of information about how to mitigate side effects, and it's like, actually the book is like a roadmap. So if you didn't see that part as clearly, just message me and I'll try and make it more clear to you. Especially if you have Instagram or email, that's easy for me. The point of the book is to solve the confusion, to solve all of the stuff about, you don't know what's true and what's not. The book is a resource where you can just completely trust that what I'm saying in there, I'm not pulling your leg, and there's no marketing scams or anything like that. So with the prostate, so that's something that I mentioned in the book. So I don't really ever hear any AAS or PED users talking about prostate side effects. But the prostate is very sensitive to testosterone and agents like it. It's actually the most sensitive area in your entire body to that, and especially DHT, dihydrotestosterone, or very potent androgens. So what you want to do is actually the androgens alone with the prostate, they won't really blow it up or give you prostate cancer unless you use Masteron at like more than 350 milligrams per week, or if you use Proviron at more than 50 milligrams per day. If you go above those, that's straight DHT. So it's going to probably cause you problems anyways. But generally, you can run however much testosterone, although the more testosterone you run, the more problems you'll run into with the prostate, the higher you go. But generally, if you keep your estrogen in check with an AI, so that you actually have your body's estrogen level low, it can't be with like Proviron or Masteron to like mask the estrogen effects. No, that'll actually make your prostate problem worse. So what you have to do is you have to actually use the AI, the Letro, the exemestane, or the Arimidex, and estradiol. And if you use those, then you're going to be okay. And that's going to keep your estrogen low. And when the estrogen is low, then the DHT or the testosterone, it doesn't bother your prostate. So just make sure to keep your estrogen low. If you're in doubt, get your blood work done, and your prostate should stay, not at a good size. And what most problems, if your prostate's having problems, it's going to be like hard to pee. It's going to be hard to pee. It's going to be hard to start peeing, and when you do pee, it's like not a lot of urine that's going to come out. It'll be like a weak stream. So hope that clears up prostate questions for you. If you have any more, feel free to ask me, because I definitely want to help you. Just doing my cardio here at Gold's Gym after my full body workout. Chlorine dioxide, no. What else? Look at that. Have I ever tried Epistane? No, I have not tried Epistane. Although it is a powerful steroid, it's one that was put into production for human use, for breast cancer actually. So they used it for the same reason as they used Masteron. And they came out injectable Epistane in the 60s, same time as Masteron came out, to treat breast cancer, because they didn't have AIs back then, and Nolvadex wasn't invented until like 10 years later. So hormone responsive breast cancer, the only thing they could do is put really strong DHT into the body and try to like overwhelm the estrogen at the receptor. Okay, great. Thanks, Dean. So the episteme is very much like Masteron or Anavar or Primobolan, but mostly like Masteron if it's in an injectable form, but they made it in oral form, so that changes it up, makes it more anabolic, obviously, because we've seen the kind of effects that people have when they take it. But that's where episteme came from, breast cancer drug. Kratom. I've used Kratom. What I did was, so since I had to take morphine for like 2 weeks straight, every 3 hours, when I was in Colombia, in the hospital, they were injecting it in my veins for about 2 weeks straight, every 3 hours. So I had some, and then when I went out of there, I had to go have a lot of Vicodin because I still had like severe pain issues to deal with. And like I had to have like 2 seats like in the flight, and it was like in my own, I like had like my own bench for the flight home and stuff because I had to put my leg on it. So anyways, when I started to get off the Vicodin, I was getting some like kind of like brain zappy feelings, and so I got the Kratom to wean myself off of that, because I was getting like weird feelings or like very annoyed, like it's like an annoying feeling, like almost like a bee buzzing, it like feels like a bee buzzing inside your brain, because I had like a slight withdrawal from having been on those opiates in the hospital, and then the Vicodin that they sent me home with. So then the Kratom, I took that for like 2 weeks, and sold it and stopped that, and I've used it a couple more times since then. Last time I used any was about, I think back in March. Yeah, the last time I used any was in March. Yeah, but yeah, Kratom's good stuff. Cruise advice. Can you type one more time what the cruise question was, and I'll log it as I talk about Kratom. Yeah, Kratom is really good. So that plant has a lot of really cool benefits. It can definitely make you, I've had some of like the peak experiences of my life on Kratom. What's your plan going forward for yourself and your brand? The book is awesome. You can make more. A lot of people ask about the internet fiasco. But how are you doing? I'm doing good, actually. Thanks for asking that question. That was a great question. I'm doing really good. So I had been going towards this path for a while, okay? Because when I first like moved to Thailand, it was like a struggle, and like I was taking a leap, and like my online businesses weren't going as good as they were eventually, you know, after I'd been there for a few years. And so it was like a real struggle, like when I first got there. And the first year, you know, I was probably living on like $1,000 a month, making money mostly off of kratomhappy.com. And then Kratom Happy went belly up because the laws changed in America, and I switched to bodybuilder in Thailand, which was like a side project for me. It had been like a side stream of income, like as insurance against Kratom Happy having something happen to it. And I had to like switch, and that was like when I decided to like put all my cards down, and I made the original like anabolic effects videos. So I was like walking next to the river and stuff, because I was like, okay, like my back's to the wall, my business just went down, and I'm in Thailand, and now I have to go all in on my other business. And so that's when I took bodybuilding in Thailand full time. And as soon as I did that, it just started making a lot more money than I was ever making with kratomhappy.com. And eventually it got to a place where, you know, for me alone, I had, you know, like I was doing very like comfortable, right? So I didn't have to think about money, and I could do my travels. And like I said, I was on pharmaceutical grade growth hormone for 1 year. And like that's how I was able to, that's like taking my physique to that different level made me meet so many people, like different contexts and stuff, that then made my knowledge, because I could gather from all these people that are deep contacts in the industry, gather knowledge from them, because I had that physique then, so you could kind of like speak their language or you like fit in their group. And so that was what happened there. And then I was feeling like, and then things weren't going good because, you know, then like I got deleted off of YouTube and shit like that. So then I like had money like saved up because the things had been going so well prior to that. And then that was when I was like in the Philippines and then like in Colombia. So that was like things went really good, and then like my YouTube channel got deleted and they were like kind of like here. And then so it like the like financially over time I've been on up and down. So what I'm striving to do is get to a place where it's not just me that I can support. It's like a whole family. So because that's what I want. Because you know what? One of the reasons I wanted to, like, all growing up and shit like that, I was always like, I want to like go all. I want to like bang a bunch of different girls or something. That was like important to me. And so I wanted to like do go to different countries and things like that. Since I was a little kid, I wanted to do that. So saying it like it is, people. And I'm not alone in that either. I'm just honest enough to tell you. And so that was one of the things that, you know, I wanted to do, like traveling around. And I'm talking like normal ones too. Normal ones that I take on dates. That's what I'm talking about. And for some reason, I think a lot of guys like this. It's like you kind of like dream about that. Like when you're like a teenager or something, and you're like, I want to like travel around and like go like, you know, like get with girls from like each country or something. And so like, I'm just telling it like it is, guys. I make my dreams come true. So when I have fucking like thoughts, I make them into reality because that's what I dedicate my life to. I'm dead serious. So if I have thoughts, I want to do something, I want to be something, I want to gain a new skill, I dedicate my life to that thing until I've achieved it. So as far as right now, I'm like totally 100% focused on bodybuilderinthailand.com. When I wake up in the morning, it is the first thing that I think about, and when I go to bed at night, it is the last thing that I think about. And it's awesome because I'm so on my purpose right now that my life feels good, because it's like nothing can affect me because the only thing I'm thinking about is my purpose. So it doesn't matter what events are going on in my life, what people are doing, you know, like if I am dating someone or going on a date or something, what the girl doesn't matter to me because all that stuff is insignificant to me because the only thing that I'm focused on is bodybuilder in Thailand and taking this thing to the fucking house. So, I mean, writing that book was so fucking awesome, you guys. Like, fucking in East LA, baby, living in Little Mexico, because I was the only white person in fucking America in East LA. And all the signs, all the stores and everything were written in Spanish. I wasn't expecting that, but it was cool because it was the best area of the city. Those people were the coolest. They reminded me of, they had like a great family lifestyle. And this is some of the things that I've been thinking about. These are some of the things that I've been living there. I had a great family lifestyle. And I was very impressed living near the Latinos. I thought they were very good people. And so I was living that during East LA, and I was thinking about all this shit. And writing that book, and just saying, like, every day thinking, motherfucker, this was me. And this was me when fucking Matt August pulled the shit over me and his fucking coach, Brady MJ. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking tell that person the truth right now, you motherfucker. When I was writing that book. So I'd be sitting in Starbucks every day, like 6 to 7 hours, like on my keyboard, like, and I'd have the heavy metal music going in my ears, so that's why I like to listen to, because I fucking love heavy metal guitar. And so like I'd be listening to that shit. Things would be going fucking awesome. And I'd be plotting, I'd be talking to Elon from Awaken Aesthetic. And I'd be talking to Steve, Vigorous Steve in Thailand. And I'd be telling them, I'd be sending them samples of my writings. And telling them what was going on. The things that I was writing about, that I was going to be putting in Ultimate Guide to Roids. And all this new information. That, you know, no one's ever... Everybody's always got corporate fucking interests, okay? There's nobody that's ever just told it like it is, okay? And so, like, as far as it goes, I fucking tell that bitch like it is. And I'm not trying to protect my fucking ego. I'm not trying to protect anybody. I'm not trying to protect anybody. This is the honest motherfucking truth, bitch. And that's why I think it's so funny. Because this whole fucking world is so, like, backwards. Always the truth is trying to be suppressed by all these fucking idiots. And like in the media, it's the same fucking thing on TV. There's all these bastards in the schools, like the professors, trying to brainwash all the kids and shit. Dude, conservative values, motherfucker. Conservative Christian values, that's what's up. It doesn't matter if you believe in the religion or not. Those values make you a better person, okay? I'm an ex-Mormon, and I appreciate, even though I went through suffering, having to leave that church and going on their Mormon mission and getting depression because of them controlling me and shit. I still fucking appreciate the fact that I was brought up in that religion and they taught me good, conservative Christian values, okay? Because that's what's up. And I do not believe in moral relativity, even though I'm not religious anymore. I think there's probably, you know, I think God's probably not a man. I think he's nature, space, okay? But you know what? There's no fucking moral relativity, bitch. It's the same. I still have my conservative Christian values because that is what's right. There's right and fucking wrong. So, America, I am a true patriot. The reason I left America and went to Thailand is because I'm a true patriot. I don't stand for this shit. So, when it's been perverted, when the people of this country and the politicians have perverted it, when Obama was in White House and shit, they perverted it to some bastardized version of it. I'm out, motherfucker. So that was a huge catalyst of me leaving. And that's why that I'm back. Now that I'm fucking back here in America, why all of a sudden my purpose is being reignited. Because I remembered I had lost my purpose. I forgot why I left America. I forgot why. It's because I'm a true fucking patriot and this shit got perverted. So I went to find freedom. And I did. And you can too. Whatever you think in your mind, if you dedicate your fucking life to it and you believe in it and you block out all the thoughts that are doubting you, you can make your thoughts into reality before your eyes. They can appear in front of your eyes and not just be like your reality, but fucking all of our reality, because it'll be your fucking life. A good cardio session. Yeah, I don't really care to talk politics right now, but oh man, full body workout was good. I really like working out this way. I do one set on each exercise, and I do a full body workout 4 or 5 days a week. I'll do like, the workout will be like squat, bench press, bent over row, machine, bench press, pull down, bicep curl, calf raises. And it'll be one set of each of those after like 2 warm sets, like acclimating the weights of that extremely slow eccentric, and then holding it for an isometric stretch, and then Zammo baby, Zammo motherfucker, Zammo baby, Zammo bitch. And then I snap that contraction. I don't like decline. I don't like it. I like I don't think that that's like a real life motion. I'm not really doing that motion much in real life. That's what I like to use. So when I'm doing the bench press, for example, I'm like this, and then when I go, you know, I'm pressing it straight out in front of me, you know, and I'm pressing it at maximum speed. I'm accelerating that weight because I have control of the weight. I can accelerate it or decelerate it at will, or stop it at will, because I'm working my muscles. So my muscles have to be in full control of that weight. I'm not just moving the weight around. I'm putting the weight on my muscles and then manipulating it through the air with my muscles. So that's why, like, if you work out like that, you will be much stronger than the weights you lift up here in real life, because you are able to manipulate objects with full control with your muscles. So now when you go back to like ballistically moving an object, if you've been practicing doing bench press, like bam, as fast as you can on the up, and then slowly like a spring under full control, and then stop it on your chest, hold it for 1,000, and then bam, like a fucking ICBM fucking MIRV, multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, bitches. Ultimate guide to roids all over the fitness industry and the bodybuilding industry, bitch. That shit is the fucking sickest thing, man. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna finish that ultimate guide to roids writing it story. So yeah, I was thinking about you guys, and I was thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna tell them everything they need to know. I was like, all the things that like I heard people telling half truths and shit. All the things that bugged me over the years, because I'm a straight shooter. I don't like it when people are doing like bullshit, right? And I'm not fucking around. And that's why it bothered me when I had to lie to that fucking bag boy before I left to Thailand about like, just do the workout. Just do the workout and make sure you eat your meals every day. When he asked me to get big, that fucking bag boy when I was in college, that was bullshit. Okay? And so now when I told the parking attendant, and I didn't even think about it first, it was just my reflex because of, you know, who I developed into as I matured and became older. Felt fucking amazing once I realized what happened. And I was like, when the fucking parking attendant asked me when I first got back, that's in East LA, Venice Beach, going to film that fucking video where I'm at Venice Beach, working out at the gym there. And that fucking parking attendant goes, the guy goes, hey bro, what's the secret? How you get so big? And I turned to him and I got 3 things. Diet, training, steroids. And he goes, well, they're expensive, right? And I go, yeah. And then I went and filmed that fucking Venice workout for you guys at Venice Beach. I realized after that, I was like, wow, things have changed. Things have changed while I've been going. I didn't even think about that. Felt a lot better. That's a policy I'm taking in my life, is 100% fucking honesty. Because the more honest I have been, completely being 100% honest, the more good things in life are attracted to me. The more the things that I want come to me, the more honest I am. And the more I tell it like it fucking is. So that's my policy with all areas of life. That I'm doing that, and I am rolling with it. I am running with it. That is my policy. So, writing that book, typing away all those days for months. It was the only thing I did when I was in East LA. And I also dated my Cuban girlfriend for a while. And she ended up being a feminist. So I stopped calling her. But she's a blonde Cuban with something. So yeah, other than that, pretty much, I was on my purpose down there. I was like, every freaking day, it's like reading that book. Can't wait till this book comes out. Like writing, typing away on my computer, putting all my knowledge out there. every single thing I'd ever learned out of my fucking 13 years of studying every day from the time I was 17 and now I'm 30. And got that information out there, and it is the best guide to PEDs, bodybuilding. Not just PEDs, but bodybuilding, the way you see it. When you first said, I want to be a bodybuilder, or you first saw those guys on magazines or on Instagram or on YouTube, and you said, I want to look like that, I'm going to get a gym membership. Ultimate Guide to Roids will show you the truth of what those guys are doing in order to look like that. Okay? That's what I figured out. And I put it out there. For the first time, I go over the dosages, what the pros are using, what the pros dosages are. Okay? What is required to win in the IFBB. What is on the low side to win in the IFBB, or if you're a genetic freak, what is the norm? What is the extremes? I go over this shit. And this is the things that I wanted to learn. And I made sure that I learned these things. And now I'm passing them on to you guys because it's only right. It is disgraceful that this information has been suppressed for this many years. It is disgraceful. So, I mean, I'm fucking... I'm just like, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted at this industry. I'm a two-sided person too. Like I have a very serious side. But I'm a very happy person. I'm very happy. And you can see that I'm usually happy and laughing and feeling good. But like I said, I'm a protector of the weak. And it incites me. So that's the position in the human tribe that I am. So if we were still in nature and we were still living in the human tribes in our natural habitat, that would be my position in the tribe, because that's what I was born to do.